There is an abundance of issues in the Australian education system. Some of the problems seem indomitable despite numerous reforms and ongoing government proposals for change. In this presentation, I'll discuss one major problem in relation to educational issues in Australia. That is, Australian schools continue to fall behind other countries in mathematics and science. And I'll be talking about its related policy, which is Australian government STEM policies. Now let's look at some evidence to show why there is a problem. The research shows that the progress of Australian students' achievement in science appears to have stalled. The trends in international mathematics and science studies suggest that the science achievement of both Year 4 and Year 8 Australian students has not changed significantly in the past 20 years. According to ABC News, Australian students' results in math and science falling in international ranking. Research also shows that there is a crisis in Australian science and mathematics education. A study commissioned by Australia's chief scientist concluded that all the main high school science were experiencing continuing and dramatic declines. Now let's move on to the Australian government STEM policies. So STEM is a curriculum based on the idea of educating students in four specific disciplines: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. All governments are investing in improving STEM education. The rationale was that a renewed national focus on STEM in school education is critical to ensuring that all young Australians are equipped with necessary STEM skills and knowledge that they need to succeed. And it centers on two goals, that is to ensure all students finish school with strong foundational knowledge in STEM and related skills, and to ensure that students are inspired to take on more challenging STEM subjects. Um, each Australian state and territory government has initiated some forms of STEM education policy and initiate programs that arrange across the three priorities of student outcomes: teacher workforce and the curriculum. And below shows the policy in the state of New South Wales. According to Relocate Global, the focus on STEM subjects over the past 5 years has been widely marketed as a fast track to success in technical careers where demand for global talent is outstripping supply. But it's our obsession with STEM creating a creativity crisis with art subjects being undervalued and therefore underfunded. And this trend is likely to result in the issues of ethics, as this policy of focusing on STEM subjects do not consider students who are more creative in nature. They may have a talent for the arts and are unable to excel in STEM subjects, so they would have less opportunities to explore their talents under such a policy. Here are some recommendations from research. It is suggested to build the STEM teacher workforce. Providing incentives is a common method to attract people to STEM teaching. Specialists in shortage subject areas are offered incentives to enter teaching. This can be financial incentives in the forms of scholarships, payments of tuition fees, or bonus payments for working in a location for a given amount of time. Even suggests that policymakers and practitioners may need to increase the provision of early intervention efforts in science, particularly for at-risk population if science achievement gaps are to be narrowed or closed. It is also suggested to rethink the STEM curriculum, so to move towards an integrated STEM curriculum. ACARA and the Australian Association of Mathematics Teachers complete a national STEM connection project in June 2016 involving 13 schools. The objective of this project was to demonstrate ways in which the STEM disciplines could be integrated for Year 9 and Year 10 students to solve an authentic challenge. And here is an alternative recommendation from my personal perspective. I think schools should have a better informative program to allow students to make a better choice if they would like to be in an arts stream or STEM streams of studies. After being provided enough opportunity and information, they can then be separate to focus on their own strengths. And parents should participate and involve themselves in this selection process. Hence, parents should be provided information on the benefits of having their children focus on their strengths instead of just focusing on STEM just because the rest of society is doing so. And this process allows children and parents to choose themselves what they think is the best for them instead of the education system telling them how they should learn.